Our landing in Nairobi was a bit rough. We've stayed in 3 separate Airbnbs in the city, and this one goes on the recommendation list. We felt at home immediately. It's a 1-bed, 1-bath, stylish apartment with a pretty decent kitchen. We chose this spot because it's beautiful, comfortable, and a great place to shoot videos in. Plus, the amenities on the property were the icing on the cake. We are in the Kilimani neighborhood.
In the largest city in all of Kenya, y'all.
Welcome to Nairobi!
Back, relax, you guys. We're gonna hang out vlog style today, get to know the city, give you guys our first impressions. We've been here for about a month, been to a few different apartments, seen a few different things, talked to a few different people, had some different food. We're gonna give our experiences to you and tell you why this place is not what we expected, who we think would do well here, who we think would not do well here, and just give you our overall first impressions of the mega city of Kenya. But for now, April had her eye on a particular place that she had to go to.
I don't know why he has to emphasize it like that. It's just a place that I want to go to, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. You guys, we are at one of the premier tourist destinations within Nairobi. One of the things you have to do that I'm really excited about is going to the Giraffe Center. You guys, for the longest, giraffes have been my favorite animal, so this is a must do, especially on our list. So we're gonna take you inside and see what you can actually see and do inside the Giraffe Center. Okay, so as soon as you come in, you are given the feed, right? So these are for the giraffes. They have a specific diet. Rondell wanted to bring in some crackers on the way. I told him no. Okay, we ain't trying to poison any giraffes here, but this is pretty cool. It comes in like a sturdy, I'm gonna say like half of a coconut kind of bowl. Smells like, I don't know. What do you think it smells like?
It smells like wood chips.
Wood chips, okay. It's of course like a curated experience here for you. So there's these walkways here, and I see my first giraffe. Hey, get you some food. Loving it. This is such an interesting experience. I mean, like the tongues are kind of rough, a little slimy, but pretty much whoever has the food is where this giraffe is going. Ain't no loyalty. So that's actually a pretty quick experience. I don't think people spend like maybe more than 30 minutes here, because once your bowl is gone, it's gone. And you just kind of take your pictures and admire the giraffe and the warthogs that are out here. I felt like I bonded with every single giraffe, okay? Those big eyes, you know, the beautiful eyelashes, you know, they come whenever you have food. So, I mean, it's a transactional relationship, but it's pretty cool. I think I left an impression. And speaking of impressions, guys, you know this building over here that kind of blew up on Instagram, I don't know, I want to say like a decade ago or so. For several years, you know, you see people dressed to the nines, right? With giraffe kind of coming through the window to eat their breakfast with them. That's Giraffe Manor. But it's right over there. Like that's gonna be a few $1,000s. I mean, it's definitely more budget friendly to have like this Giraffe Center experience here, because you're only spending 1,500 shilling a person. But here, definitely make sure you check it out. There's something that we do everywhere we go, and that's collect patches. You know, something that kind of shows like the flag of a place. You know, the patches that you can like sew on or iron onto your clothing. We've been having the hardest time finding patches here. There is a souvenir shop here, so we're gonna check that out. All All right, so this is no surprise, but we didn't find the patch. Okay, we came up empty. Hopefully we find it before we leave this country. But one thing about this city in particular is that it has a few different names. One of them is Green City in the Sun. And if you've been to Nairobi, then you know what I'm talking about. But basically, it's just because of how lush and green this city is. So it shouldn't be hard to try to find a green space in the city, which is what we're gonna do next.
God is good. Our driver knew of a couple of different green spots, gave us some recommendations of places to eat, and he knew where he thought we could find some patches.
You guys are, right? I don't know shit.
We did a DNA test, and it told me that 15% of me is from Kenya, but it doesn't tell me about tribe or area or anything else.
Guys, I think we found the patches. I think these are the patches. You guys, we did it. We found them. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Word.
Like, and a variety of patches too. This is awesome.
I love that their flag has a shield on it.
So I'm torn between like getting one of the map or, you know, or something different.
All right, y'all. Which one we gonna grab? What do you think? We got our patch. Come on, sweetheart.
Hey, and the gift shop he found even had a cantina
Hello.
attached to it.
Do you do shots of whiskey?
Yes,
How much is a shot of whiskey, my dear?
300 cheese.
300 shillings?
Yes.
I'll take it. Let me get 300, baby.
So which one do you want? Jack Daniels?
You know what? Yeah, give me a little Jack. I haven't had some Jack in a while. Can I see
I
it?
want a cappuccino shake.
My man's waiting for us now. Okay, that's
You want a double shot or a single?
double would be 600. That's $4. Yeah, give me a double, girl. Shoot, it's Saturday. Thank you, bartender. You made our day much better. We just stopped off for a quick little shot while we're on the road. So this one is yours. This one is mine. Little Jack. Ah, Jesus. Is there Swahili cheers? Right. So we're on track. We went to one park and the guys tried to charge us 5,000 shillings to get into a free park. So anyway, we're on to the next one. Oh. Like we were saying, there's plenty to do here, but one of the premier things to do is enjoy the green space of the city. This city is a lush, extremely lush area. It's one of the greenest cities I've ever seen in my life, greener than any place I've ever seen. I mean, it's like a jungle within the city, a village in the city. Right now we're at Karura. I'm sure you guys are gonna hand me by behind for pronouncing it wrong, but Karura Forest. And from what we understand, it's like an actual forest inside of here, complete with animals, complete with water features and many other things. So let's check it out. It's green, but I need to see some lions and some elephants and some giraffes and some, you know what I'm saying?
Well, but that's one thing about this city. This city has a nickname of being called the Green City in the Sun. And that's because of how lush it is, how many green spaces there are, and there's just so many different sorts and types of foliage here. It's a beautiful city. You'll always be able to find a green space to enjoy.
So Nairobi kind of caught us off guard, and we came to a realization that this city is not for everybody.
I mean, that's a true statement that you can say just about any sort of place, right? But there is a particular vibe here, and you just gotta know if you kind of match that vibe or not.
So we thought we'd tell you who we thought this city would be good for. So off top, I think that this city would be great for people who want to do humanitarian work. There's a large need in the city, and you are confronted with it every single day. It's like really in your face. The need for food, the need for shelter, the need for education, and the need for just a helping hand. It's confronted at every stoplight. It's confronted. You're confronted with it at every corner.
That's true.
everywhere.
But it's an interesting city of contrast because this city also has the nickname, another nickname, the Silicon Savannah.
Right.
Because it has been growing into the tech capital of Africa, or at least of Eastern Africa. There are a lot of different companies who have based their headquarters out of the city, and I'm talking big names. We got Google, Coca-Cola, IBM, GE, things like that. And plus, couple that with the fact that Nairobi has a very large young population.
It does.
This city is kind of flourishing with young adults, with tech startups, and with
City
these
of the
businesses.
future, city of the future, without a doubt. But I want to get the other flip side to that. So while I heard it was this tech city and everything else, every single Airbnb that we've checked into is talking about 15 megabits per second up and 15 megabits per second down. And they say that they have a high-speed internet connection, but we are not experiencing high speeds here, even at a couple of workspaces and cafes that we've gone to. The speeds are mid at best, so I don't really understand what's going on with the high-speed internet, but it ain't popping like that. But it is mid, you'll be able to get work done. We've had our workflow interrupted. We've been here for about 4 weeks, and we've had maybe 2 days without internet since we've been here. We've been in like 3 different Airbnbs, so. Which
isn't too bad. But for a space that's being called a tech hub, you might not expect that.
It doesn't seem like it's that reliable. Hit us up in the comments if you feel like we're giving you something different than you know, but that's what we've experienced since we've been here.
Nairobi is also a great city for people who feel at home in big city kind of bustling urban environments and everything that goes along with it. If you feel at home and comfortable in areas that have congestion or traffic, whether that be with cars or pedestrian foot traffic, along with the boom of construction that is happening in growing big cities, then this might be a place that you might really enjoy.
People who are environmentally conscious. Like, it's a big city and it's small. It is not the best with air pollution, but they trying, y'all. They mother flipping trying. Not no plastic bags at the grocery store, and the plastic that they do use is recyclable. There's a city on the outside, I don't know if it's a suburb, a place called Tattoo. It might be an actual city, but they're trying to construct a 100% green environment, no carbon footprints here. So solar power and all this other different, maybe hydro, I'm not quite sure. We're gonna head out there and check that out, but it's a green kind of place. And another plus I would say is if you are conscious about the food that you eat. There is not a lot of processed food here, and the fruits and the vegetables, the mangoes and the pineapples, mwah! Woo! I mean, it's next level. The different tribes that surround and make up, that comprise this metropolis, they are all farmers for the most part. They have green thumbs, so they know how to get it in.
This city caught me off guard when we first arrived because I just really didn't have too many expectations. I wanted to kind of get here and see what the city was all about. And I gotta say, for me, at least like going into like the heart of Nairobi, it is chaotic.
Facts.
It's chaotic.
Beep, beep. Like, look, man, it seems like City Planning, I don't know what the hell was going on. But it is, they got these beautiful buses, what do you call them?
The matatus.
The matatus, bouncing in and out of traffic.
Yeah,
we got
works of art.
Uber drivers jumping up on top of the sidewalk, not with bikes, but with cars driving on the sidewalk. We got dropped off at a restaurant a couple of days ago, and he just took the shortcut, which was over the sidewalk to get to the restaurant, and the sidewalk was filled with people. So
I think the city has its own kind of flow, and I think whether you're in a car or whether you are a pedestrian, you kind of just make it. It's almost like everyone is out for themselves, and you just kind of have to be defensive in how you navigate in the city.
Now, before arriving here, looked at lots of videos, read lots of news articles because of all the different riots and protests that were happening early this year, and we had the impression that this was a different city than it was, right? So when we arrived, we had like a whole lot of different shocks. So I want to quickly tell you who I think this city is not for. I do not believe this city is good for the elderly. I think that it is not walkable. If you guys have been hanging out with the Yarbros for a while, you know that we define walkable as neighborhoods that have pretty much everything you need within that neighborhood. It has safe walkways, and it's relatively safe for you to walk, you know, day or night. That ain't the case here in Nairobi. You know, it is a city, and it is, I don't feel unsafe here, but I feel like it gets really sketchy at night, even in the quote unquote mid areas, those middle income areas. I also don't believe that an elderly person would do well walking these neighborhoods. There's not a whole lot of pathways. There's a lot of underdeveloped areas, so to speak, and we would need it to be a lot more developed for me to recommend it for any elderly person. And if you're looking for a deal, this is not the place to be. Even though it's an underdeveloped city, I guess there are, this is the 4th largest magnet for millionaires here in Africa, so that's the excuse I hear, but it's just overpriced. Everything is like through the roof for tourists. Now the locals can stay in a certain way, but if you have a certain lifestyle that you're looking forward to, you're going to pay for it. If you have a certain style of cuisine that you are accustomed to, you're going to pay for it. So anything that you want that is like Western associated, or they believe they're catering for tourists here, you're paying for it, and you're going to pay more than you would in other comparable cities. There's a lot of injustice here in this city and a lot of perceived corruption. And when I say that, I mean, if you have your camera out in public in the central business district, the likelihood of a police officer trying to shake you down to make sure you have your passport or some other reason to try to get some money out of you, he's going to make that attempt. There are marches going on constantly. We just had a major march over the weekend against the here for disappearing activists. You need to be very mindful and very careful when you come here. So without a doubt, one of the biggest highlights and major pieces to this city,
the people.
The people,
It's
baby.
the people.
Oh my God, look, I done adopted me a grandma. Everybody that we meet and that we talk to.
Are receptive and open.
Understatement.
Beautiful spirits, generous spirits.
So English is widely spoken here. Tons of different languages. Everybody speaks their native tongue, Swahili and English, it seems. But man, just friendly people, yo. It's interesting how there are so many different tribes, and I know that some tribalism exists. I've heard some different stories, but I can't see on the surface where it defines any kind of people who stay just in this circle or just in that circle. Seems like people really mesh here well.
Yeah.
More so than I thought.
Yeah, I believe it. We've seen a lot of different kind of like community co-op situations or just different tribes kind of working together or just being represented. And I just think it's a beautiful thing. And people truly do make the place, even if the place doesn't feel right for you, the people here have made this a wonderful experience.
Excuse me. Nothing was made fresh. All right, so we had to change our location, y'all. Look, when you go out to get something to eat, you want to make sure you're going to a place that is packed. You want to make sure you're going to a place that has like sophisticated women because they discriminate about what they put in their belly. And you want to go to a place where the vibe is right, man. It was dead over there. That food was all lukewarm. We tipped the girl, but we ended up leaving. We ate like 4 bites, and I hope I don't suffer because of it. But here, I feel completely comfortable. Give me a bite to eat. Happy New Year. This is Saturday, and this is how Kenyans hang, man. This is just a regular Saturday at a little bar here in Nairobi. Everybody just lounging, man. This is life in Nairobi.